Act 2, Scene 2. In this scene, we start off with Lady Macbeth's soliloquy. When she's alone, she's able to take off that mask of being such a hard personality, that you get to see her true self, and her true self seems to be a little more afraid of what's happening. She's startled by the owls, and you will see later on in the story other moments that she is vulnerable when she's alone. But when the Macbeth comes into the room, she puts on the mask, needing to become that person that takes control of the situation. Just a side note, interesting line that you can take a look at even further. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd had done it. I would have killed Duncan myself if he didn't resemble my dad so much. You can take a look at that and interpret it any way you'd like. Macbeth then comes back in, and you can see the quick back and forth between the two, just how stressed and nervous they are about what's just happened. Macbeth confirms that the deed is done. I have done the deed. And Macbeth shows a lot of guilt for what's just happened. This is a sorry sight. With these hangman's hands, I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat. He's not able to say amen, can't even pronounce it anymore. And he sees that as a sign of just how evil a thing he's done. I'm afraid to think what I have done. He doesn't want to think about it. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? Is there enough water in the world to rid me of what I've just done, to wash my hands of what I've done, to know my deed, to where best not know myself? Not only do we have hints of Macbeth's remorse, but we also get more signs of Macbeth's madness. Just before, we had seen him hallucinate and see a dagger before him, and now it seems that he may be hearing voices as well. Methought I heard a voice, sleep no more, Macbeth doth murder sleep, Macbeth shall sleep no more. Even Lady Macbeth seems a little bit worried about her husband here, telling him that he's brain sick of these things, and she's trying her best to rein him in, because Macbeth, for the first time, it seems, losing control of his own emotions, and she's trying her best to bring him back to a normal state. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts. Macbeth had been so startled and messed up by the events that he actually forgot a really important part. He still has the daggers in his hands. Lady Macbeth is the one that notices. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood. Why did you bring the daggers back? You needed to leave them with the guards and then wipe it all over them to make it seem like they had killed the king. Macbeth, for the first time, stands up to his wife here. I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think of what I've done. Look on it again, I dare not. Lady Macbeth makes fun of him, calling him infirm of purpose. She takes the daggers and then goes to finish the job herself. When Lady Macbeth gets back, her hands are bloody as well. She still makes fun of her husband, that she'd be ashamed if she was as afraid as Macbeth. There is knocking at the door. Lady Macbeth suggests that they clean their hands of the deed, clean their hands of the blood, and go to sleep. But it might not be so simple to just wash your hands of the deed. It is much more than just blood in your hands. And like Macbeth is already experiencing, there is a heavy emotional and mental toll to pay.